quite excited about what Kevin and Sam are going to show you today. It's really does give you that insight into what a connected business looks like, and how, as a business partner, you can really provide that value-add conversations to customers on, some of the wins that you can do with technology, and getting customers to have that conversation about what technology can take them over and above the ERP, and how we can streamline business processes that sit outside of the ERP but do influence the ERP. So, Kevin, over to you.
Carl, thank you very much for introductions. I appreciate it, and thank you for organizing this webinar for MYOB ecosystem. Much appreciated. Thank you for connecting today's executive webinar series. My name is Kevin Beverage, and today we'll talk about how you can utilize IoT devices with MYOB Advanced ERP system and eBA low-code business process automation platform. Today I also have my colleagues with me. So I have Sam Watt with us. He is our pre-sales software engineer from our engineering team. So he is with us, and he'll be showing you how eBA looks, how MYOB Advanced looks, and how they work with IoT device called Halo Smart Sensor today. Also, we have our colleague Serdar with us, so he'll be also helping us for Q&A session. All right, so let's get started with introductions about who we are, what we do, and what eBA is about. I'll just share some introductory information also about our company, and then I'll hand it over to my colleague Sam Watt, and we'll be showing you about those two systems, eBA and MYOB Advanced, as well as Halo Smart Sensors working together. So on a high level, who we are as Bimser International. We are an enterprise software maker since 1998. We are based in New York, and we are ISO 9001 certified and ISO 27001 certified. In essence, we help companies adopt digital transformation and simplify business processes. We have global presence, as you can tell on the slide. So we are a MYOB Advanced Independent Software Vendor, ISV. We are also ISV of Acumatica. We've been working with Acumatica on 6 different continents, and we also have other technology partners and partnerships, as you see on the screen. European Bank is one of our investors, so we have more visibility in international markets. And the way that we sell our software solutions that I'll talk about in a minute is basically channel only. We don't sell directly. We sell to our channel partners. And that is why it is very important to have a chance to meet you and introduce you our company and our system. So we are looking forward to partnering with you and working with you in Australia and New Zealand region. So since 1998, we developed these 4 products: eBA, Beam, QDMS, and Ensemble. We'll talk more about eBA today. That's a low-code workflow development and management platform. I'll share more information about eBA, and we'll show eBA and MYOB Advanced together, integrated with smart sensor called Halo Smart Sensor, and we'll also perform a demonstration for you. We have Beam. Beam is an asset maintenance, facility, and energy management software. We have been developing Beam since 1998 as well. We have QDMS. QDMS is our quality, risk, audit, and compliance management system. You can comply with ISO, SQF, BRC, FDA type of quality and compliance requirements digitally with the help of QDMS. Ensemble is an intelligent business process modeling and performance management software. In the bottom left, you'll see a contract management application built on eBA platform. It helps companies manage vendor contracts, customer contracts, and other contracts digitally with no need of paper. Finally, we have a new platform called Synergy. Synergy is eBA low-code workflow management platforms through cloud version. So eBA and Synergy, they are linked to each other in a way that they are both low-code business process automation systems. Synergy is the next generation true cloud multi-tenant system that we have developed, and we just released in the market actually this year. So we are very excited about it. Moving forward, all of our systems, they have advanced integration capabilities. so that customers can use our systems with ERP systems, CRM systems, manufacturing execution systems, and IoT devices. And we'll talk about Halo smart sensors today, so that there will be no need for double entry, and we can help customers reduce manual entry as well. Our systems, all of our products, are actually vertical free by design. So that is why we have been active in many different industries: aerospace, aviation, manufacturing, pharmaceutical, healthcare, retail, energy, and many other industries that we are active. So that also gives flexibility to our partners to approach different companies in different industries, to help them adapt digital transformation and make and be more competitive in the marketplace. These numbers show since 1998, by the end of last year, how many projects that we deployed, more or less also how many customers we have. Actually, it shows. So we have more than 2,000 customers and more than 2.5 million professional users using our systems on daily basis. We have many reputable organizations using our systems. It is because historically we are coming from enterprise market. We adopt mid-market with Acumatica and MYOB Advanced, so our systems can scale up and can scale down. Just know that our systems are actually very, they are scalable. They are ready to also serve larger organizations as well, in addition to mid-market. So when we offer our systems to mid-market, we always mention that our systems are scalable. They're enterprise level. Yes, they are competitive in the marketplace, but there is always the runway that you can enjoy the benefits of with the help of our systems. All right, so in a nutshell, that's who we are and what we do. Let's talk about eBA a little bit, and then we can jump to the demo environment, our show and tell session in a minute. So eBA is our enterprise-level low-code business process automation platform. That's a workflow engine that we have been developing since 1998. That's our proprietary software system, our platform. We have more than 500 corporate customers and more than 1.5 million professional users using eBA on a daily basis. At the moment, there are more than 50,000 automated business processes available on our platform. eBA is vertical free. It works on cloud. It works on premise servers. That's web-based, and also it is permission-based. So you can set the permissions based on users, departments, their titles, and their activities. It has multi-factor authentication and encryption capabilities, additional layer of security. Notifications, reminders, and escalations are available. And you can design your applications in a low-code development environment that I'll talk about in a minute. And there is also a native mobile application available for Android and iOS. It is a modular system. It has modular structure. So there is a workflow module, there is a document management module, there is capture module, and there is dashboard module. These modules are independent and interdependent, depends on the customer's needs and requirements. Let's talk about workflow module a little bit. That has basically a drag and drop low-code development environment. So when we think about any business process, each business process has a form and a flow. As simple as expense claim form that I am sharing on the screen. There is a form that when we enter the data information, and there is a part that you can actually design the workflow where this expense claim form goes. Depends on the total amount, depends on the department, depends on the expenses, for example. So this is easily can be designed on eBA without any coding. In addition, workflow module has approval and delegation capabilities, functions. It has audit trail. Also, you can also automate your business processes with the help of this module. Some business processes that you can develop and use on this module, there is actually no limit, but just to give you some ideas: vendor supplier approval, stock item approval, quality control, change management, training management, purchasing management, HR management, and contract management. So eBA designed as a standalone system, as I mentioned, so it's very complementary to MYOB Advanced. Some functionality, some business applications you can run on MYOB Advanced. Some of them you can run it on eBA. They are running integrated together. And sometimes when customers are using ERP systems, they don't want everyone to use ERP system. They like to limit the number of users sometimes. So if that's the case, eBA can be also very complementary as a vendor portal, customer portal, and employee self-service portal as well. So it has a lot of capabilities and offerings in that sense. There is a document manager module to help you manage your documents. These documents may be PDF files, Word files, your video files, and so on. And you can manage them with certain permissions. And it has encryption and additional layer of security available. It has also Office add-on capabilities for integrating with Microsoft Office systems, so that you can use both systems at the same time together. So this is typically used by our customers as a repository to manage documents of organizations, to create and manage the corporate memory. Capture module comes with an OCR engine and helps you automate business processes such as accounts payable automation and accounts receivable automation. And finally, there is dashboard module where you can have virtual reports with bar charts, pie charts, and tables, for example. So that is actually very practical. Let's talk about the sensor that we have been actually talking about. So one of our partners, technology partners called Halo Smart Sensor, is integrated with our system, with eBA. So what happens is a Halo Smart Sensor is an indoor sensor, so it monitors air quality, environment, as in temperature, humidity. It also monitors noise, gunshot, and other important developments in your work environment, or in your office, or in your school, in institutions, hospitals, for example. So if there is anything out of range, it automatically talks to eBA, and eBA can trigger an automatic work order or another action, depends on what needs to be done. For example, we make a list of different activities can be done, integrated with eBA, Halo Smart Sensors, also linked to MYOB Advanced as well. We'll show you in a minute. So you can manage asset lifecycle management with the help of these integration with Halo Smart Sensor and eBA. You can manage calibration, operations, machine check, HVAC inspection, for example, work order management, corrective action, and root cause analysis. So let's think about various industries based on our title of this webinar. For example, let's say retail industry. For example, in retail industry, you need to monitor environment in terms of temperature, in terms of humidity. So you like to make sure you have an enjoyable environment, ambience for your customers. You don't want the environment to be so hot or so cold, but it needs to be managed in a way that it's an ideal environment. The same thing with the lighting, for example. So all these are actually monitored by Halo Smart Sensors. So if there is anything out of range in your busy work time in terms of temperature or humidity, it triggers automatic work order in eBA, and you don't have to make phone calls and emails. eBA basically issues a work order to your subcontractor or your maintenance team, so it can be taken care of. Also, let's say in hospital industry environment, for example, healthcare, hospital, or pharmaceutical environment, for example, where temperature is very important. We see a similar practice in food industry as well. So when you need to monitor temperature, humidity, as well as air quality in hospitals, pharmaceutical companies, as well as food and beverage companies where temperature control is critical, this type of smart sensor is actually very helpful. And let's also remember, smart sensors monitor, but they are not always helping you take action. They monitor and they basically notify you. They inform you. And then what? What is the next step? The next step is based on eBA's activities and the application that we put together. Maybe a work order, maybe an incident management, maybe a corrective action, maybe a quality control trigger, for example. Depends on what you like to be doing. It can be done with help of this integration. And as for eBA's reference, there are many reputable organizations, as you can see. United Nations is one of them. Renault-Nissan Alliance using eBA, International Paper, and many other reputable organizations, institutions and companies using eBA on a daily basis. Okay, great. So until now, we introduced our company, who we are and what we do. And also we introduced you eBA, our enterprise level low-code business process automation platform. And I briefly shared some information about smart sensor integration in the scope of IoT with eBA and MYOB Advanced on a high level. So now I'd like to invite my colleague somewhat to our virtual stage. So let's show and tell. And let's show you how it looks, how it feels when you use eBA, when you use MYOB Advanced, and how it is actually running with Halo Smart Sensors together. Sam, if you're ready, please take over the screen. Okay, looks good. Thank you, Sam. Let's make sure you unmute your microphone.
Okay, great. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin, for your presentation, and thank you for joining today's webinar. This is Sam, the pre-sales software engineer of Bimser International. So in the following, I will demonstrate you eBA, our electronic business process automation platform, working with MYOB and Halo Smart Sensor. And first of all, I want to let you know is eBA is designed as a standalone solution, so we can, after deploying eBA on our customers' cloud or on-premise server, they can connect to eBA by using their web browser, like how they connect to MYOB Advanced. In addition, eBA can work within the same page of MYOB. So you can open eBA on the right of MYOB Advanced after you log into MYOB. And on your left, you can still get into the workspaces of MYOB Advanced, like for finance or fixed asset, receive and payable, for example. And on the right, you can connect to our system. eBA is also a permission-based system, so not everyone can see everything. You will see what you are supposed to do based on the permissions that are granted to your account. That means different users have different permissions based on their role, position, profession, department, and group. As I'm now logging in as the admin so that I have the full control of the system. And right after we log into the system, we can see this homepage that we can find all the pending tasks and also request for approval on this homepage and get a quick connection by coming to this widget. In terms of the notification, you can find it in eBA itself, and also you will receive a reminder in your email inbox. This is a two-way notification features that we have in the system to make sure you will not miss any important task, especially your approval request by using our system. On the left, this is the main menu of eBA. As you can find, the modules that we have as the document management module, the workflow management module, and also the dashboard module. Let's go through it one by one. First of all, we get into the workflow management module. And in this module, we can find all the pending tasks or the pending approval in this list. You can find the exact same list on your homepage. But when you're getting into the workflow management module, you can also find all the items or all the requests that you have sent out, and those are waiting for someone approval. You can open this particular request and see what who we are waiting for and the date that we have sent out our request. You're more than welcome to open this one and see the history, the flow history of this request. And this is the audit trail that helps you keep tracking the status of your request. Going back to the workflow management module. In addition, we can also find all the notifications that we have in the system and also the draft, meaning as we have our form designed or the workflow designed in eBA, those we have filled but not yet sent into the workflow, then it will be saved as a draft so that you can manage it later on. For example, before the meeting or before our webinar, I filled in my request in the midway, and then after the webinar, I can go back here and put this request into the workflow or fill in the rest of the form. I have mentioned about the form or the business process in eBA and where we can find it. Actually, those are the applications in eBA. And you can tell the capability and also the flexibility of eBA as we can digitize any business process for any industry. For example, like for production management, then we can have it for aviation industry, for manufacturing, for quality control, or we can have the quality management, purchasing management, like managing the purchase order or request, and also a legal document management application. And let me show you one of the examples that we put together in this demo environment, which is the expense declaration. We can file a new request by opening as a new record. And here is a note that we don't have to wait our request to be complete and file a new request. And that means we can file any number of the requests based on the need. So we don't have to wait for anything for the filing a new request by using eBA. And in every single application, there are two sides that we have to digitize based on the actual operation of our customer. First of all, is the form side, where we can design the layout and also enter the information as a request. And the other side, that is the workflow. For every single business process that we digitize in eBA, there is a unique workflow working behind it. And as for the workflow, it is not static or constant. We can always update it based on the hierarchy of the company and also the actual operation of the organization. As for this expense declaration form, we will first of all file this request, and based on the workflow, we will send your request to your manager, and your manager will review and either approve or reject it. Once the manager approves it, the system will do the checking automatically and see if the total amount is greater than 500. If it is, then it will go to the president of the company, and if it is not, it will go to the finance department instead. Again, as for the workflow, we can always configure it for our customer. And this is just an example on our demo environment. So does the form design as well. And on this form, the layout and also the information that you want to capture, as for expense declaration, for example, those are configurable, meaning we can always add, edit, or delete any fields that you can see on the screen. And in this demo application, the system captures the username and the email address automatically. In addition, we can also have different field types in eBA application, like a drop-down list that you can pick and choose the items that we provided, and all these item data are configurable. And also, you can pick and choose the date and time in a calendar view. It helps you to minimize, especially by using eBA application, the manual data entry. And also, we can minimize the human error as well. So as we can pick and choose the date, and also eBA supports multi-currency, and so that we can have different currency type as dollars, euro, pound, or yen, for example. And we can enter our expense amount here. And as for this field, we cannot enter any characters except the numeric character, meaning I can enter the number or the digit in this field. We can also set up this rule by using our platform So saying it is $999. And any description or supportive information, you can put this into this open text box. And once it is ready, then we can click OK. And all this information will be recorded in this table. If you notice right here, we also have the total amount. That means the system do the calculation for you. You don't have to do it by yourself, like in your head, or by using the calculator. Again, by using eBA and also the business process that we have digitized in our system, it minimizes manual data entry, so that you don't, and also minimize the human error. As for the items that we can put into the table, then we can also manage it and other one and keep adding this into the table, and the system will do the calculation automatically. If you have any attachment, you can attach it with your request that you can scan from a scanner, for example, like your receipt or your bills, or browse it from your local. eBA supports different file formats that you upload to the system, like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF, image like JPEG, and also MP4 and MP3 as for video and audio documents. So once we have saved this, and the attachment will be attached on your request, and you're more than welcome to open your document within the built-in browser of the system. So you don't need any other application or any other software to read the attachment that you attach or upload to the system. Once it is ready, then we can put this into the workflow. And the system will send this to the approver, where you can find the audit trail, who we are waiting for, and what is the date and time that you send out your request. And as for this application, we also have one for a Halo Smart Sensor. We first of all go to the Halo Smart Sensor, and hang in there 1 second, let me log into my Halo Smart Sensor account. We also use this the business process that we digitize in eBA, and then we can find those trigger the alert from Halo Smart Sensor and trigger the business process automatically. And I'm going to show you one of the examples here. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. And this is the Halo Smart Sensor that we have. And you can see by using Halo Smart Sensor, it helps you to record the environment, like gunshot, the temperature, humidity, for example. And now they are in green color, meaning they are in a good condition except the humidity. And in Halo Smart Sensor, we can set up different threshold value. As a background, just want to share with you as the threshold value about the temperature. This is what we can, that is what we have here, and we will use this as an example. And now you see the threshold value, it is 90 degree Fahrenheit degrees. And As for the actual recording of the temperature, it is now 75, meaning it is below the threshold value, meaning it is normal. But what if it is become abnormal? Saying we have this smart sensor in our freezer, and our freezer are supposed to have the temperature below 40 Fahrenheit degrees. And then we can save it, and you will see the mark or the icon of the temperature is now in red color. And the system will trigger a notification to eBA and then trigger a business process in our system automatically. And the business process that we have for this demonstration is the one for production management, and then we have one for the food industry, meaning managing the and monitoring the freezer temperature. So let me show you how it looks like, and then you will see how the workflow will be triggered automatically. So give us 1 second. I'm going to pull up the application on my screen. I call it the daily temperature monitoring application, so that we can rebuild it in our system. 1 second. And the system will take the notification from Halo Smart Sensor every minute. So depending on the actual operation and our customer preference, we can have that. We can manage the frequency of having this or receiving this notification from the smart sensor. So this is the form that the system will fill in automatically. As initially, without the integration, we can update the temperature by ourselves, meaning we can go to the freezer and then check the temperature and enter it right here. And this is how the forms look like, and we have the workflow working behind it, which we're now at the first checking, and this is the route for manual checking. And with the Halo Smart Sensor, we have another route, as the system will trigger the business process automatically by Halo Smart Sensor notification. And after that, we will send this to the second checking person, responsible person, and then perform the actual checking. The scenario is if Halo Smart Sensor find an abnormal value is captured, temperature, and then we will send this to a responsible person for a manual checking in order to make sure there is nothing wrong with the freezer, or we are capturing the correct temperature from Halo Smart Sensor. So I'm now logging in as I'm going to log in as the responsible person. And here is where we sent the Halo Smart Sensor notification to. We can open, by coming to this home page, we can find all the pending tasks that is waiting for my review and also action performed. So right here, this is the one that the system just created. You can tell by the date and also the time. So right here, we have the Halo's Smart Sensor message captured automatically with the date and time, and also the value, like 75.3 is the temperature that we capture currently, and it's above the threshold value 40 that we have set up in the Halo Smart Sensor. And the system filled up all the fields automatically right here, as for the temperature that we capture by using the sensor. And it triggers the workflow automatically. You can follow with the green arrow. Instead of going all the way to the right, it's now triggered it automatically and send this to the responsible person. So as the responsible person, I can now go to check the temperature of the freezer and enter it right here as for the second check. And once it is ready, then we can put this in, and all your records will be saved in the database of eBA. And we can also run a report and find all the records that we have managed. As you may see now, as per the flow history, the audit trail, now it is confirmed and finished for the workflow. And then let's get back to the my own account as the administrator. As for all the applications that we digitize in eBA, there is a reporting tool that allows you to find all the records that we have managed previously. So it can be a log, it can be a report, and you can find all those requests that we have completed and opened it on the screen. And it's available for every single application that we have, and you can see the exact same data that you have entered while it is still in the workflow. And in eBA, we have a dashboard module. It visualizes all your data into the windows of the dashboard. Your data will be shown as a scorecard, a list, a table, a pie chart, or a bar chart. And your data can be coming from MYOB Advanced or from the business process that we have digitized in eBA. In addition, the windows, they interact with each other. Considering on the top left, these are different locations of our company. And when we make a selection in this list, and all your data will change accordingly based upon the item that you select on the top left. And this is an example how they interact with each other as for the windows of the dashboard. And for the dashboard, we can put any data into the windows and show it in different form, meaning we will learn from our customer and have the dashboard ready for our customer. And at last, we come to the document management module. As for the document management module, we can create and manage our documents and folders by using eBA. So right here, we have our library, which is the basic structure of our document management module. And after that, you can find all the subfolders or uploading your documents into this particular library. So let me pull up my folder. And you can upload your documents like your training materials, your contracts, your instructions, and so on to our system and in different document formats. As I've mentioned, eBA supports different file formats that can be opened in the system, like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF, video and audio, and even CAD file. As we have a PDF document, for example, and then I can open this within the built-in browser of eBA. You don't have to install any other software or application to read your documents, and instead it will be shown in the built-in browser. And on the top right, you can also find the version number of this document, which is now as version 2, meaning we have another previous version for this document. And excuse my internet speed. Okay, it's coming up. So this is the logo that we have, and you can find it right here, which you can also zoom in and zoom out while you're reading your documents. And you may find the signed wording on this document. And actually, this is a watermark that we can have in eBA. This is one of the features of the system. And as for the watermark, we can also manage the font size, position, and also the style and transparency. And with the permission, I can download the document, send this as an email, or make a note to our document. So these are all the notes that I have. And when the other user, they are reading this note, reading this document, they can also find the note if they are the recipient, or they are allowed to find the note attached with the document. Also, with the permission, we can go back to the previous version of our document, and it will be shown in our built-in browser that you can tell the difference between two different versions. The system will not delete any of version of your document. And coming back to the document list, on the top, there are more control icons that we can interact with our document, like deleting it, renaming it, copying it, or manage the permission of the document and also the folder. We can create and manage different permissions to the users or user groups based on their role, position, profession, department, or group. Activities like reading your document, downloading it, some action like moving it, share as an external link, send as an email, or deleting the document, those can be limited. It comes to the end of my demonstration. Thank you.
Sam, thank you very much for the demonstration. Let me take over the screen so we can continue our executive webinar session. Perfect. So why don't we get some questions with regards to eBA, Hello Smart Sensors, and MYOB Advanced. I already received some questions early on. If you have any questions, please let us know. We'll be able to address.
Can I just jump in for a few minutes, Kevin?
Sure.
That's okay.
Absolutely.
So thanks, Sam, for showing us the eBA application, how it all pulls together, you know, the information that those sensors are tracking in, and then the workflow that we can put around it from actually getting people to do the activities and also the documentation part of it. A few examples that I just want to share with you that this application can be used. So, I mean, just to take the office environment, for example, you know, an office environment should be between, I think, 18 and 23 degrees Celsius. Anything more than 23 degrees Celsius in an office can reduce productivity. So just being able to track office temperatures and anything over 24, you could then assess that, you know, the productivity of your workforce will go down. Coming back to one part which is quite close to my heart in my past life before coming into technology is, for those that don't know, I spent 10 years in the aerospace industry, and part of the aerospace manufacturing process is to make materials strengthen their properties by heat treating them. So when I was at British Aerospace, certain things like hydraulic fittings, brackets, engine brackets, aircraft engine oil pans, those kind of things, we used to subcontract that work out to specialists who would heat treat those components of the aircraft before we actually assembled them onto the plane. Now, you know, if you're heat treating it, they have to be at precise temperatures to make sure that the heat treating process is working. And again, this is another application that we can use this technology with, ensuring that your production processes are actually meeting the capabilities that your customer is expecting from you. We don't have process manufacturing as an ISV yet in the ecosystem, but we hope to have one in soon. And obviously, processing manufacturing around food would obviously require certain temperature controls as well. So all of these applications that we can use to support the manufacturing environment or the actual office working space to ensure that we've got the best outcomes for employees and the customers that we're serving with our products. So just really wanted to chip in and just give some extra insights to some of the applications that we can use with this technology.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much, Carl. If there is any questions, we'll be happy to address. I also received some questions in the meantime. I can also address them as well, if that's okay. So one of the questions is about the modular structure of eBA. So does it come with all the modules together, or we have a chance to get modules of our choice? So eBA has 4 modules: workflow, document management, capture, and dashboard. So it depends on, of course, customers' requirements. These modules are independent and also can work together as interdependent. So module structure is what we are offering. So free to choose which module you like. So that we have that flexibility. We have a question about native mobile application. So is there a native mobile application for eBA? Can we manage the smart sensor related processes on native mobile application? So the answer is yes. eBA has a native mobile application for Android and iOS devices. So those business processes and applications that Sam demonstrated earlier can be managed on the native mobile application as well with your smartphone or with your tablet, for example. Is there any questions from our attendees?
I have a question. Is the sensor only for indoors?
Yes, this sensor that we actually demonstrated is designed for indoors only. Also, let's remember, we are actually sensor agnostic. Let's just put it that way. So it can be other sensors in the market. We also integrate those sensors as well. So this is an example of how you can use a smart sensor integrated with eBA as a business process automation platform and MYOB Advanced together. But this particular one that we show is designed for indoors only. Great question. Thank you very much. Is there another question?
Thank you.
Sure, my pleasure. Yeah, one of the questions actually, yes. So there is another question. What industries eBA has been implemented? Just like Carl mentioned earlier, so one of the advantages is actually eBA is very flexible, can be used in many different industries: aerospace, automotive, food and beverage, healthcare, which we have customers, we have experience in that sense. In addition, it can also be used in indoor environments as well. For example, as for smart sensor integration, as for buildings, government buildings, for example, public buildings, as well as schools, for example, schools, high schools, universities, and other educational institutions. Also, it can be used as well as a standalone or with a smart sensor, Halo, for example, or another sensor of your choice. There are many smart sensors in the marketplace nowadays. They're affordable. Having a smart sensor is not a problem. So what we are doing is actually basically smart sensors monitor and they notify you, but getting notification is not enough. Someone needs to take action. So that is where this integration is actually helpful. Is there a question? Okay. If there is no question, I think, Carl, is there anything else you'd like to add before we end the session?
I was just going to ask a question for you, Kevin. The Halo sensors, I mean, the price points that we're at now with these devices, is that now reachable for the smaller businesses?
Yes, definitely.
Do you see businesses, at 10 million turning over using this technology?
Yes, definitely. I mean, one smart sensor is right now less than $1,000. This smart sensor, just one device, does all the, fulfills all the functionalities that I mentioned: air quality, temperature, humidity, gunshot, noise, aggression detection, and other details if you notice. So that one device can do all these in indoors, and it's just less than $1,000 US dollar. So it is affordable, it is accessible, and it has other functionalities. There are more affordable sensors in the market. place, but they typically have one or two functionalities, either only for temperature, only for humidity. But what we like about Halo Smart Sensors, it has many functionalities. You get one sensor and you can have many different sensing capabilities.
Perfect. Thank you, Kevin.
What was the typical implementation time for eBA?
Well, it depends on the application in general, but typically for an application depends on its complexity. So it takes typically a month to 3 months on average. If it is more complex, it can be longer. So it depends. But in mid-market, typically within 3 months we deploy it. In the mid-market, I must say. In enterprise market, it's a little bit more complex, so it takes a little longer. But 3 months is a fair assessment. I hope that addresses your question.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Okay, so on the screen you can see our contact information. So if you like to, continue this conversation, if you have any other questions, if you like to schedule a session with us, we'll be happy to schedule it with you. As I mentioned earlier, we are channel only, so we are looking forward to partnering with you in Australia and New Zealand. So feel free to, contact us. We'll be happy to, discuss partnership opportunities as well. We have a pretty attractive partnership model. So I'm sure it will be motivational for you. And our products are solid. eBA is one of them. We also have BIM for asset management and QDMS for quality management. They're all MYOB Advanced certified solutions. So very helpful in that sense. Is there a question? Okay. All right, sounds good. Carl, would you like to add anything?
No, just thank you for taking the time. I know you're in New York, and I think we're heading to 11 p.m. New York time.
My pleasure.
So thank you for the late night
yes.
webinar. And
anytime for MYOB Advanced ecosystem, we are ready anytime. So that's our pleasure. I'll share some information before I end our session. So we have successfully completed this year's Synergize 2021 annual virtual conference and summit. So if you'd like to learn about the future of remote work and digital transformation, you can visit our YouTube channel, Bimser International, and you can see the recordings about digital transformation. And we also share a lot of helpful information for future of remote work and how you can actually adopt it. We are also getting ready for the Synergize 2022 annual virtual summit. So if you visit our Eventbrite page, we'll be discussing how to automate business processes in this digital age. So we'll be focusing on automation, paperless office, and digitizing business processes. So you are invited, and hopefully you can join us as well in March next year. Our YouTube channel is very active. We have hundreds of videos, and we have been getting very positive feedback. So please visit our YouTube channel. We have videos about digital transformation, manufacturing 4.0, quality management, predictive maintenance, and many other popular subjects with link to our products. So please visit our YouTube channel and subscribe so that you'll be notified as soon as we have a new video. And our Eventbrite is ready for you to know about our events coming. Webinars as well as conferences. So if you visit Eventbrite page of Bimser International, you'll be seeing a list of activities. Great. Well, I'd like to thank you for your time and for your interest. We are looking forward to working with you. Please, contact us. We are looking forward to partnering with you, and looking forward to have projects, opportunities with you. We are channel only, and we are ready to partner with you and work with you. Thank you so much. And have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you.